There we go.
We are live. Good morning, everybody. Good Saturday morning.
Good Saturday morning.
I guess it's pretty much Saturday everywhere.
I think so. I saw somebody from Australia on here earlier.
Well,
They bet their Saturday came a little earlier.
it did. It did. It is 8 o'clock on the last day of February, February 28th this year. Last day, no leap year. So hope everybody's having a good morning. Sun shining here in Alabama, and I hope wherever you are, the snow is melting.
Yeah, it is really feeling like spring around here these last few days.
Tell you what, I told Catherine this morning when I talked to her how much the grass is greening up. She was saying she had some sinus problems going on. That she was thinking there might be some pollen, and I said it's got to be as much green as the grass is showing. Leaves and pollen has to be starting to come on.
And I showed you yesterday my daffodils that I got Caden to plant the bulbs in the side garden, the Alabama parterre garden over here, and they're really coming up. So I was really excited to see them. That garden every year is just getting prettier and prettier and prettier and prettier. And I think the back will be like that too.
I hope so. I really do. The daffodils out front, somebody said that we needed to fertilize them because daffodils had a known history. If you don't feed them, that they can just disappear.
Yeah.
So we do need to, I guess, do that if it's not too late.
Yeah. Well, we kind of did last year
with the fertilizer out front.
Yeah.
We need to get our soil tested too, so we can figure out.
I need to write that down. I'm going to do that this weekend.
Yes, we need to do that because it does take a little bit after they send that off to get the results back. And gosh, the way we are right now, we're going to be right in line with everybody else. We were hoping to get an early start and get ahead of all those people that were soil testing. But if y'all are somebody that grows, I advise you to get your soil tested.
Yes.
Because it may be something minor that you can do, even if it's a small area, something minor that you can do to amend your soil and have a much more successful garden.
Yeah, especially for us, our big thing is our soil here is extremely acidic. And we have to watch that and try to get our pH right and add lime back to the soil. And even when we do add it, according to Jason over there at Pedals, it's about every 3 years you got to do it again.
So we still may not be where we need to be on lime.
We
may have to lime again this year. But we definitely, want to figure out the ratio of fertilizer. And even if your soil looks good, doesn't mean it's not lacking something. Mm-hmm. And, you could be too acidic. You could be too alkaline. Just something that might need a little adjustment will make a big difference to your plant.
That's right. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I want to do the big garden because this will be year 3 since we put lime out there.
What? Oh, out front. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, really need to check that too, because that was the first place we did when we got here. Remember?
Yep, I do.
We tested several spots, and that had the best. That had a lot of minerals in it, and it wasn't so red. It's crazy because right there is topsoil and rocks.
Yeah.
Then over here, where like the cows are. Half that pasture is red clay.
That's right. And that was your deciding factor of where the garden was going to go. Yep. It was a clean slate when we bought this place. We could have gone on either side, put cow pasture on the side where the garden is. But you said you thought the soil looked a lot better on this side. And who knows why? Who knows why?
Who knows
that why? May have been somewhere that they, had cows in the past and other, I don't know.
I don't know, but definitely want to get that tested again because I got a feeling we're going to have to add some lime back there. I got a crabapple tree that's in the fruit orchard.
Mm-hmm.
I planted it when I planted everything else. And the reason I planted that crabapple tree is because it was going to cross-pollinate my pears and my apples. Just give me a little boost if I needed it because they'll all cross-pollinate. And they're beautiful, and if we wanted to use the crab apples, we could. That wildlife would like them as well. It has never bloomed. Never, ever, 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 ever bloomed. And I asked Jason about it the last time we went. And he said for me to add lime to it again.
Huh.
And that may be the reason why. But it's never bloomed. Never bloomed. Now, when we planted the fruit orchard, I added lime to the hole when we mixed it all together to all the fruit trees and stuff over there. And here recently, I just put lime when I fertilized the fruit trees the other week. So maybe I'll get some blooms out of that thing. I don't know. It's crazy though.
Somebody wanted to know, do we keep records so that we know that the fruits of our labor are working? Well, the feed store that we use, Garrison's in Thorsby, they keep all of that on record. And so we can see, if we wanted to pull a report, we could pull it from last year versus this year and see where we are. And we do actually do that. So we know that, fertilizer is going to be depleted year to year.
Yeah.
No matter what. And it's just a difference of improving maybe phosphorus this year, and nitrogen may still need to be added.
Yeah.
Just that kind of record.
And plus too, our animals depend on the grass.
And that was one of the main reasons we started doing it out in the pastures.
Yep.
Want the horses?
What in the world?
I don't know either. Everybody's barking.
They're back here barking, which is strange.
They can't go too far back there.
No, they can't go too far.
So that means they're going to be right here at the house.
Peek out this window real quick.
Oh, it's probably
some strange that those dogs are barking.
Now they're out front. Oh goodness, that made it really bright.
I see Bandit standing right here, sitting.
Who knows, Jason?
I don't know. That's weird.
And we're back dark again. The window got shut. So that's something that we've got to get done in the next week is get that soil test done and figure out where we're lacking.
Yep, absolutely. And how long does it usually take for those to come back? You remember?
Well, it depends. They wait until they have a good handful before they send them off. And that was one of my hesitations for doing it early. Even if we gather the soil early, they're not going to send it off until they get a worthwhile amount to put in a cardboard box and ship it.
Right.
So I think it's perfect timing. Even though it's March 1st and we're in the middle of probably everybody else doing it, it'll be quicker to come back.
Yep.
So we'll try to get that done.
Try to get that done. And you mentioned earlier, today is Saturday, the last day of February. And I said that I was going to have that kids video ready.
Yep.
I have been working a lot on the kids video.
Yep.
And I worked yesterday on it or last night, and I got tired and I said I had to take a break from it. I'm about 85 to 90% done with it. There's a couple of things that I need to do reshoots on. So I got to record a little bit more on
Oh, goodness.
that I didn't anticipate on that I had to do. I could either edit and cut all this out, or I could reshoot, another 2 or 3 minutes and complete it. So I think I'm going to reshoot it.
I knew that was going to be your answer.
And I think I could get it out today, but I think it's going to be late tonight.
Oh.
So my wondering is if I get it out today, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Well, there is still a chance. If it don't come out today, then it definitely will either come out tomorrow or Monday for sure. Absolutely. 100%. But I'm almost there. I really am almost there.
Gosh, it takes so much time.
Yeah, it does because, well, this one was I was going to say my fault. I video chronologically.
Yeah.
On this one, I didn't do that because of the situation, because I had all the animals together and we're meeting all the animals, and I didn't want to leave these guys here and go to another one and then come back and they moved on me.
Right.
So it's not in order. And so then when I go to edit, I got to put all that footage in order and then find it. And
you may not do that again.
I only do that if I have to.
Okay.
Like this one, I had to. And I know this one right here, I know there's going to be some people that are going to ask, why didn't I do the cats? And when you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. Why didn't I do the cats? Why didn't you do the cats? I couldn't get the cats all together. I could not get the cats all together to make a to make the video. So therefore, that's why it's different. Why is the kids' videos more difficult? The kids' videos are more difficult is because you have to watch what you say, watch how you say it. The animals have to, you know, it's different than, me grabbing a camera and us walking outside and showing what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, I think
That's
she
more
means
of
on
a
the
blog.
editing end.
Well, that's why. So it's because I have to watch what I say. I have to watch what I'm doing. It's got a lot more music in it. It's got a ton of sound effects in it. It's got a lot more graphics in it. It's got, I'm spelling. We're putting all the typing on the videos. So it's way more involved in the kids' video versus us, a normal video where I don't do any of that. So, our videos, if it does have music in it, it's just on a time lapse, and that's easy. I just go pick one song and that's it. Kids videos may have 5 songs in it or 5 different types of music in it. So it's totally different between the children's video versus the regular videos when it comes to editing. It's just a lot more involved in it per se, and a lot more footage too that you have to go through.
I saw Allison from Henade Homestead said that Jack will be excited. And then I saw another comment that wanted to know where this Afghan came from behind us, this crocheted Afghan. And that is compliments of Miss Allison. She brought her grandson over and brought us a gift, and we appreciate Allison very much.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully she'll have Jack one day this week and they can watch for him, or Jason. I'm sure it'll be a replay by then.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And goodness gracious, what was that?
Holly has a bone, but there's no telling what happened. It's kind of big.
It is big. I will say this, there's a ton more planning on the kids' video too.
Yeah.
On our videos, we may have an idea what we're going to do. We grab the camera and we go outside and start videoing. And what may or may not happen may change what the video does. Nothing, this, that, and other. Kids' video is, let's just say, shapes. So I get all the shapes and I start thinking about pre-planning what on the farm has those shapes. And you have to go find those shapes. And, it's not scripted per se, but it's I kind of got a storyboard and laid out.
Whereas we don't on our videos.
No, not at all.
I saw somebody said if I started editing my videos, it would help you a lot.
Your videos are not hard, though.
That takes a whole hour.
Brooke's videos are not hard at all.
You're talking.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you got in the kids' video?
This one, editing wise, I'm probably around 5-ish right now.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Maybe around 5. It may be more than that, Brooke. I don't know.
I was thinking more like 12.
It's a lot involved.
It seems like every time I turn around,
I'm messing with the kids' video.
Well, you asked me, do I need you to do anything?
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to work on the kids' video.
Yep.
And then you can only sit there and do that for so long before you just get messed up in the head from looking at the same thing over and over.
But I love doing the kids' stuff so much. So much. I don't know. I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So
saw a comment about the stray cats.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday we have been needing to fill our bird feeders up. They've had feed in them, but they needed to be topped off. So we picked up some good quality feed, and we're all 3 out back filling up the bird feeders, and you were scrubbing the feeders, making sure the birds had a clean place to eat. And I said, look-a there. We named him Bobby, and he's the bobtail cat.
That's right.
He's still here, and he basically lives down at the old barn. He doesn't cause any trouble that I know of. Now, Pink, when she comes out of the shop or the barn, she goes down there, and she has a choice. She doesn't have to go down there. While she looked like she was scared, before, and it was a fact that she looked scared. It may have been more cats than just those 2 that I caught at the time. They may have moved on.
Right.
But she seems to tolerate Bobby. And I mean, I don't see them hanging out together, but he's still here. Now, the gray one I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. Mary Carl saw him one time.
I got you.
But I have not seen him hanging out at the back of the barn. So just wanted to update on the stray cat situation. And I just wish the little bobtail cat would be more trusting.
I do too.
I mean, he gets real close, but not close enough to. I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't know. I have gotten really close to him before, and I think I could have touched him, but I got nervous because you just don't know what a cat and a cat can put a whooping on you in a second.
Cat scratch fever is no joke.
It is.
I mean, it's a real thing. Yes. You don't want to get scratched by a cat, and of course he's been vaccinated, but that doesn't mean he can't cause an infection if he scratches you. So we're just gonna let him be, and he's not finding himself up here as much as he was. You know, it seemed like for a long time there, we would see him in the back area.
Yeah.
But now he's more so staying down at the old barn.
And maybe he's staying at the old barn because Pink's staying more up here.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Last night you were working on the kids' video, but it wasn't dark yet.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and fed the horses and everybody else and came back home, and it was just about to get dark, and Pink had not came yet. So we left the shop door cracked about like this, and I want to shut that door if she's in there. I want to shut it because I don't want another cat coming in there trying to get her food and whatnot. So I went back over there before dark, and lo and behold, there was Pink back in the shop. So she knows that she's safe there. And I shut the door, and she had a safe place to stay for the night. But there have been nights that she just doesn't come. Yeah. We can call her, and she just doesn't come. So I feel like she's learning that that's the best thing for her.
I see a lot of people talking about cat scratch fever, how it's no joke, which reminded me of when Mary Carl and myself came back from the big birding trip. We were listening to a lot of birding podcasts, and one came up, and it was a they were talking about people finding baby birds on the ground or an injured bird on the ground and picking it up and not knowing what to do with it. And there's hardly any wildlife rehabbers out there. They're very sparse. So what word would you use? Not many out there. And there was this lady in North Carolina, and I think it's Charlotte. So some of you North Carolina people, y'all may know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name, but now she found a little baby bird, and I can't remember what kind of bird it was. And she tried to find somebody to help her with this bird, and she ended up nobody would, because there was nobody in the state that did it. And she found somebody in the state that did raptors, and they told her, we can't do it, but we'll show you how to do it. So they showed her how to take care of this bird, and she did a lot of training herself. This was many years ago. And so she fell in love with it. Now she's like one of the biggest rehabbers in the country. People will call and get on the list or whatever, and they'll get the animal. It's birds and I think reptiles now, but anyways, mostly birds, and they'll rehab them and mail them back. Actually, put them on an airplane.
That's crazy.
But the gentleman that was the birder, the big birder, I can't remember which podcast this was because we listened so many on that trip. He found a bird, and he said typically he leaves the birds alone, and that's what she said. She said majority of the time, just leave the bird there because it will end up being okay. Nature will take care of itself.
And if it's not going to be okay, then
nature will take care of itself.
Yes.
So he said he's never, ever, ever taken a bird in, but this one was injured. It wasn't like lost or something like that. Something was actually wrong with it. And so at the end of the podcast, he asked her, he said, well, it was the Eastern towhee, I think that's what it was. He said, how's the towhee doing? And she said, let me look at and she could hear typing on the computer because they got so many. And she said, this was the cat attack, wasn't it? He said, yes. She never did say, but you got that, because she went on to say that almost all birds that have been attacked by a cat, even though they seem okay or whatever, if they get any scratch or puncture from the cat, it's 90% fatal because of the bacteria on their claws and in their mouth. And I thought that was, he was shocked too. And he was, this guy was a scientist and all this, that, and other. It wasn't like he was just a hobbyist. And so I just talking about cat scratch fever. That just reminded me. See that bird fly by?
I did.
It reminded
Catherine
me.
said it's the same with bunny rabbits. I didn't know that.
Really?
That bunny scratches. Well, I guess anything that has bacteria up under its, nails that can scratch deep enough to break the skin, it could happen to. And just because it hasn't happened to you,
cat scratch kills bunnies.
Oh, cat scratches kill bunnies. Okay.
Yeah.
But it just because you've been scratched by a cat multiple times and you've never gotten sick doesn't mean that it may not happen, because it's a real thing.
Well, it's like me and the roses.
Yeah.
How many times I've been messing with roses for 30 years, and I have hardly ever wear gloves when I was messing with roses. And then that one time,
that's right,
my finger got infected, and then remember it kind of went away and then came back.
That's right.
And I, had to call Dr. Park, and he hooked me up and fixed me up, and that's crazy.
And well, it's just like if you're not treated for it, if it becomes infected and you're not treated for it, next thing you know, it could bleed in your blood system, and you could really be in trouble at that point. So if you get scratched.
Oh, what's going on?
I don't either. They're just celebrating springtime.
But I did wear my gloves. Well, my thornless roses in the back I didn't, but I did cut a little bit off the American pillars the other day, just some stragglers, and I wore my gloves when I did that. I'm not making that mistake again.
No,
I can promise.
No, I won't. I want to make sure you wear your gloves, because while it may never happen again, it could. Best to be safe.
Best to be safe. And I will say this: I do appreciate the feedback on the pruning video. I always know if I do a video and it has a lot of gardening in it, that the views are not our normal views, because a lot of people do not like or don't garden.
That's right.
But I knew that, but I wanted to do that video because I have so many people asking me about pruning the fruit trees and the roses. And I said to myself, I don't care how many views this gets. I don't care if it gets 300 views and that's it. Those 300 people will maybe learn something.
And plus, you're going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway.
We try to record what we're doing. We don't, make content just for videos.
Right.
We record what we're doing anyway.
So I'm glad that helped a lot of people out on that one. And I'm going to do I got to cut the climbing pinky too. And that would just be a little segment in the video. And I want to show people how I trim that climbing pinky. Probably do that this week and explain again about the horizontal vining. And, you want to get those roses limbs horizontal as soon as you can. And that's where all your blooms are going to come from.
I just noticed something.
What's that?
So I had some people reach out to me telling me they thought my neck was swollen. My thyroid was swollen. And I can see the light. Y'all see it? When I move, it doesn't look swollen. But when I come back this way, it does. It's the light hitting on it. And I've responded to those people and I said, thank you for noticing. But it's not swollen. I can't get to where.
And you've lost some weight.
I have, but I can see that it's the light now. Made me have to say that when I saw it.
Yep.
Speaking of things that I noticed, they had another TNR, spay neuter thing from the Alabama clinic. Yeah. And it completely got booked.
Really?
Yes. They had complete success with filling the number of spots that they had available for cats to be neutered and spayed and dogs to be neutered and spayed. So that program is really, really doing well.
That's good.
Because it got filled up really quick.
That's great.
Yep.
So great.
I thought to myself, well, it's a good thing I didn't have any more cats to catch because they got it filled up.
Yep.
Good thing.
So I saw somebody or a couple people said they missed that video. It's the video before last, and I changed the title, and now the title is how we're preparing the farm for spring. That's what it says. And I may end up changing it again on how we prune our fruit trees. Anyways, that's something I'll do later. Just tinkering around with it. Maybe get some people that don't know how to prune or worried about pruning. Maybe can watch that and learn a little something about it. It's really easy once you've get over the fear of pruning and realize you really can't make a bad mistake besides cutting your whole tree down. And if you do make a mistake, then it'll correct itself. It may set you back a little bit, a season, a couple of weeks, depending on what you do. But it's the tree's still alive, and it's going to correct itself and continue
Kind
to
of
grow.
like a haircut. You might look bad for a little while.
Exactly, it's going to grow back out.
But you'll be all right.
You'll be all right. So yeah, once you learn that, and the main things is getting rid of cross branching and anything growing back towards the tree, you're good.
Oh, good.
You're good.
I'm not cutting on anything. I'm going to let Jason take care of
it. Oh, goodness. Oh, I wanted to say this, talking about the kids video, and I saw something pop up in not my memories, but some memories is that I think 23 years ago that it was the day Mr. Rogers passed away.
I saw that too.
It was everywhere. And gosh, I find myself really, really enjoying him more and more as I get older and older and older, and especially working with the kids' videos now. He was such a joy and a blessing that I think as time goes on, people realize how awesome and amazing he was. I really do. I think he's getting more popular now than he was when he was still doing the children's content. I don't know. It just seems like there's been a shift almost, in my opinion. And yeah, it's really good to see, in my opinion, too. I really do think that. As a matter of fact, I listened to the book about him here recently, and so I wanted to see the Tom Hanks movie that they did about him, and I watched that a couple of weeks ago, which was really good. And it's based on a true story, but it's a lot of fiction involved, but you still get the
gist of the story.
The gist of the story and what kind of person he was. I think the main thing with him is that people thought it was an act.
Oh.
People thought it was an act, or people thought there's no way that this person can be this nice, this way all the time. There's a dark side there.
Yeah.
It's a put on, and there's a dark side there, and none of it was true. He was exactly the same person 24/7. And I think that was just so hard for people to grasp. And that's kind of what the Tom Hanks movie was about. And then there was a documentary that's on Amazon that's about him. And I watched it here recently too, and it was really, really good too. I tell you about the documentary I can't believe they have all that footage from behind the scenes throughout the years of the show, which is really, really shocked me.
That's kind of crazy, especially considering the time frame.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought that there would have been much behind the scenes.
Yep. You really wouldn't have, but he was, nope, he wasn't a Navy SEAL. All that was all false. There were so many different rumors that were about him throughout they even talk about the whole Navy SEAL thing in the documentary. Nope, he wasn't a Navy SEAL. He was born a rich kid, honestly. Born in a wealthy family, was a big child, and got made fun of because of his weight. Yeah.
Oh,
sure did. Yep. Sure did. And he they didn't get into how he lost all the weight as he got older.
He stopped gluten.
He was a vegetarian.
Oh, well then he stopped gluten.
Yep. He was a vegetarian, and the reason why this is the reason why he was a vegetarian was because he said it was hard for him to eat something that was a mother. That was because of children. That was just that was his whole reason that he felt that way. I learned that in the book. They didn't get into that in the documentary, I don't think. They just said he was a vegetarian.
I saw somebody say earlier that they had cut out something and gluten and lost 32 pounds.
Wow, I believe it. I really do believe it.
It's just the fillers and the stuff that we really don't need that I believe causes us to have excess weight.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yep.
I mean, our choices, obviously, but
He may even been vegan. I don't. There's a fine line there between, I think vegetarians will eat eggs and some fish and something like that, but I think he may even been vegan. It was hard for him to eat. It was a mental thing for him. It wasn't had anything to do with health or ethics or anything like that. It was just his mental thing that he'd have to overcome himself, and it was just so hard for him. He weighed 143 pounds throughout his whole adult life, and I told you earlier he used that in his show. You'd see 143 a lot. And then he said that meant I love you because, one, I loves 4 letters and used 3 letters. So he used his weight as a thing. He was just a smart man. He was a really smart man. Oh, goodness. Somebody said that they think there's a shift for more of that wholesome content. And I hope I think because the Kids channel is doing really, really well. And I think I'm seeing that too for, parents are looking for that. I really do. I really do.
I hope so. I hope parents are concerned about what their children watch, because obviously there's some content out there that just you need to know what they're glued to.
Right. That's right.
Because not all of it's good.
Not all of it's good.
What else you got?
Nothing.
I've had my doctor's visit, and I told y'all that I was hoping that he would tell me I could come off my medicine. And so I went into it knowing he's the doctor and not saying I want to come off my medicine. I explained to him what had been going on, even though we had communicated through the portal. He suggested that I start slow and maybe instead of taking the shot every 7 days, to do it every 10 days and do that for a while and see if any kind of something creeps back, see if I can tolerate that before we move on to a further distance. Because I don't want to be back where I was 2 years ago. That's for sure. That would be hard to come out of. So he's going to work with me on that, and it's going to be a slow process, but yes, I'm going to try to do without medication. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. And he was all willing and told me that if I wanted to go the natural route, that he suggested I get some turmeric peels and try that with turmeric and ginger. And it just so happened that Jason had some. He had started taking that for your arm or your knee.
I can't remember why I took it, but I started taking it.
And so I had already ordered some that I thought was correct for me. And he said, well, I've got some. And so I started taking it. And y'all, the second day after I took it, I woke up and my tongue was messed up again.
Yep.
And so the only ingredient that I can figure would have caused me to have a flare up like that would be the black pepper that helps with absorption. And so I didn't take it last night. I took it 2 days and just felt like that's the only thing that could have caused it. So I'm going to continue to try to just keep on this gluten-free thing. And I feel like even if I found out I wasn't so sensitive to gluten, I would try to eat the way I am now.
Right.
Because I feel so much better. Oh my goodness, I feel so much better. White pepper bother me. I don't know. I'm to a point where I don't exactly know what pinpoint. I introduce new foods, but I'm trying to do everything gluten-free and just a little bit at a time.
Now, you did try the ginger tea as well.
Yes, I got me some fresh ginger. I grated it yesterday morning. I put some of our honey in it, and I really enjoyed the ginger tea.
Someone said that turmeric and cayenne pepper will do the same thing.
What?
Instead of black pepper.
I think anything pepper would do it to me.
Oh, okay. I got you. You're staying away from the pepper.
I think I have some sensitive nerve issues.
Then somebody said some processed turmeric may include aluminum in it too, and that may be what it is.
I read the ingredients, and That was the only thing that really stood out that could have caused a problem.
So many fillers and peels. Interesting. I wonder if we got fresh turmeric. I know nothing about growing turmeric. But Hoss Tools sells turmeric, and Tracy grew it.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
So that may be something that
I
may have to look into now that I think about it.
I just took some ginger, about a 1-inch cut, and grated it up and put it in some hot water, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then strained it. And it was a really good, soothing type.
You liked it?
I did. I liked it a
really
lot.
Did.
Jason was like, now you might not like it on the first time, because remember years ago when you first drank coffee, you didn't like it. He was setting me up for telling me I might not like it, but I did like it. I did like it. Somebody said their husband grows ginger.
I'm gonna reach out to Greg and ask him about this. So I don't know when you grow it. I don't know when you plant it. I know absolutely nothing about it.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Yep. I might reach out to Tracy, one of them.
Yeah. I just never thought that we could grow it.
Yep, we can grow it.
I did not know that.
Yep.
They say it's easy to grow.
I think it might be. I just don't know when to grow it and how to harvest it, and when to harvest it, and all that kind of good stuff.
Interesting.
But
I know that the peel form doesn't have to have the black pepper. They say the black pepper adds absorption, but it just so happened that what Jason did have the black pepper.
Yeah.
And that's why I took that one before trying a different one. But it definitely messed my tongue up. I went without it last night, and that's all it could be.
Ginger's fun to grow, so that people are saying.
Huh.
And beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. I can grow ginger also.
That's pretty cool.
Jason, you can grow anything. I don't know about that. I struggle with some stuff. Yeah. Eggplants. I struggle with okra. You think okra would be the easiest thing. For some reason, we get okra, we harvest okra, but I'll go to a friend's house and their okra looks, 10 times bigger than mine. And I don't know. And maybe because I'm not a big fan of growing okra, and the okra knows it. Like, he don't care about us. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of growing okra. It takes a lot of it to get a meal. And, it's one of those, okra is one of those vegetables. Similar, squash is kind of close. But squash, you don't have to do anything with. You can go out there and pick one squash and have a meal. Okra, you got to go pick a bucket full. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
And Hoss is going to have ginger plugs this year. Thank you, Allison.
Well,
Allison, have you ever grown turmeric?
Or I guess I don't know if she's grown ginger or not, but
I don't know either. But okra, if you've been working all day and you get tired and you're like, man, I'm just gonna skip harvesting okra today, and go out there the next day, and your pods are this big, and you can play baseball with them.
Not edible.
I love eating it. I do. I love eating okra, but I just don't like growing it.
Ginger makes beautiful flowers that hummingbirds love.
I wrote all this down.
How about that?
Yep. Yeah.
That is interesting.
We both still take Luberson.
Yes, still take Luberson. Luberson is a very good natural product as well. If you haven't tried that and you got some aches and pains, that's a good addition.
Heidi said the Hoss ginger may be back today.
Oh, so it's been out of stock.
Maybe. I'm going to have to send Greg a text.
Catherine says she'll grow okra and she'll bring you some.
I appreciate that, Catherine.
Yeah, I think Catherine does well with her okra.
I'm telling you. I've seen people. Do you remember the husband and wife that this was many years ago at the old farm, and they got some goats from us?
Who were they?
And they lived in Hope Hall area.
Oh, yeah. David Bush.
Yeah. Now, he had a little small garden.
Yes.
On the side of his house, raised beds. And y'all, his okra was 10 foot tall. And it was jambalaya okra, which is one of the worst that I have a problem growing with. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Tomatoes, squash, cucumbers. turnip greens, collard greens, onions. A lot of people struggle with onions. Onions, I can grow onion like nobody's business. But something simple as okra, I don't know.
It's all in your head.
So I do think it's probably a thing that I don't enjoy growing it because it's so much work, in my opinion, that I may neglect it and not know I'm neglecting it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's probably what it is. Same with eggplants. I've tried to grow eggplants, and I think we're going to eat eggplants this year, and then we'll grow eggplants, and we won't eat eggplants. So I'm like, not growing eggplants anymore.
Do you soak your okra before you grow it?
The seeds?
Yeah.
I've done it both ways, and they both work. Soaking them will make them germinate faster.
But you don't have a problem with it germinating. You just have a problem with the...
If your soil's warm enough, which it typically is here, you won't have any trouble.
Well, we got to get our seed started.
Yes.
We do. Because if we were 6 weeks out, we'd be the second week of April.
No, I'm direct sowing this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to start much in seed trays this year.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to direct sow my easy stuff. Beans, squash, cucumbers.
Okay.
And flowers. The zinnias, those are direct seed. Cosmo, all that. I'm just going to make it as easy as possible. That's what I'm about. Easy. And then my tomatoes and peppers and possibly ginger, turmeric, I'm going to get plugs from Hoss.
What about squash?
Squash is going to be direct sow.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's easy.
Okay.
Easy. The only reason that I used to start those things in seed trays was to get a jump start.
Okay.
That's it. Just get an early start. So, squash, watermelons, zucchini, okra, corn, all those things will direct sow easy. It's not like a tomato where you put a tomato seed in the ground. Those you would want to start in trays. Peppers, you kind of would want to, peppers for sure you want to start in trays. Peppers are hard to get going. They take a long time to germinate. So I would, that's just what I'm going to do this year.
Okay.
Yep.
I saw that Wanda said a little bit ago that Tom was itching to see blackberries be pruned, and you won't do that until after the
blackberries. Blackberries, I looked at and they're still going good. Blueberries, did she say blueberries?
Blackberries.
Blackberries. Okay, I'll keep y'all posted on the blackberries. Right now, the blackberries are not growing yet. And so I'm not really pruning them. Now, I did prune them to trellis them, and I can't remember what video that's on, but that's there. And I've done several videos about that throughout the years too. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to do throughout the growing season, because what's going to happen as soon as it gets warm, those blackberries, you'll go out there and there won't be nothing out there. And then 3 days later, you go out there and there's 8 shoots that are 12 foot long. I mean, when it gets hot, them blackberries are going to go. So I'll show y'all throughout the growing season on how I keep those pruned. Now, I got 2 sets. I got the trellis set and I got the non-trellis set. The trellis set are my Kiowas, which are the ones that Petals likes and grows for harvesting, and they got thorns on them. But those blackberries, no lie, I mean, they're bigger than that. I mean, they're huge and super delicious. The other ones I think are called Natchez. They're thornless and they're smaller.
And you're going to let them grow like
I let them grow like a bush. I just let them go. And Mary Carla and myself did a blind taste test, me and her. We closed our eyes and we handed each other one. And both of us loved the Kiowa more than the Natchez. And Dr. Powell's always said that. He said, if it's got thorns, it's going to be bigger and taste better. But the trade-off is you don't have to deal with thorns. You lose something when they start cross-pollinating and come up with the thornless varieties, that you lose a little something. And so,
is it too late for us to trellis the muscadines?
Nope, not at all.
So we could get that done this year?
We can do that anytime we want to.
I would like to get that done.
That is going to happen.
That is going to happen.
That is going to happen. I'm going to try to do that this year. We're going to finish the back garden first. I don't want to start any more big projects until we get finished back here. Then once we get this done, we're going to move on to something else. And it could be that. I think the pond, it's probably gonna be summertime when it gets hot and dry, and let just summer do its thing and dry the pond up for us. That's what I think could be best. And then we can work on the fruit orchard and get everything else trellised up.
I've been watching videos trying to figure out the best solution to the pond. There's several methods that you can apply bentonite using. And we actually talked to Mr. Greg yesterday, and he mentioned several methods. So we're not going to let the pond go another year without trying to fix it.
Yeah.
But we are going to need to find some bentonite in bulk also. They put it in those super sacks. You know what I'm talking about? Like the grain sacks where you can get a ton at a time.
Yeah.
And I think that would. Thank you, Tracy.
She wants to know if we're going to plant anything in the deer field.
Yes.
In the summertime. Yes, that is the plan.
Yes, yep. We will get that planted.
Yep.
I need to wait till after frost, though, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. We'll wait till it warms up and get some warm season stuff to go back there.
I don't want to plant.
Yep.
I don't want to plant now and then lose it. So
somebody said they like mulberries better than blackberries. I have 3 mulberry trees that I've been babying for 3+ years now that the Texas boys sent me. And so I've been I don't know where I need to plant them. Number one, they're extremely fast growers. They're considered, some of the hybrids are considered invasive in some states. And number two, I love the fact that the birds love them, but I've always read that don't plant it close to your house or close to a car.
Because their feces will turn the...
Yes.
Will stain your vehicles.
So...
Or your house.
I've been so torn where I should put these mulberry trees. I really have. And so I don't know where I'm going to do with them. If I put them back here, that's really close to the house. And so are the birds going to... Is it going to be all over the roof? I just don't know. I really don't know.
Might need to plant them out by Moody and them, so won't be any chance of...
We'll get on the barn.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we'll get on the barn. It went by so fast, but someone said that they planted a cow blackberry, and how long before they need to prune it. If this is your first year and you just planted it, you're going to wait till the fall. So just let it do its thing this year, kind of. And then the fall, you will, if you want to grow it on a trellis, you'll prune it back then.
Mulberries in the deer plot.
Thought about that. The only concern is, I was worried about the summer times if we needed to put a little water on it, but maybe one of those things that
take care of itself.
Yeah, that it do what it wants to do. I don't know. So, anyways,
I had to cut a mulberry tree down because my dog was eating all the berries. That would be not good.
Yeah.
That would be not good. I wanted to say something, and this lady sent me an email. I was talking about the Orlando wetlands. She sent an email and so kindly offered a guest house at her property for me, Carl, and I to stay. And I read the email. It was, I believe you were back at the time. I read the email. I had full intentions of responding to her kind offer for us to stay at her guest house near she was like 15 minutes from Orlando wetlands. And I just want to say thank you so much for your generous offer. I could not find the email once I went to go look for it to respond. I typed in Orlando, crazy. I typed in wetlands, and I could not find it.
I had one the other day that it was a parent that sent me about their child and how much they appreciated it. It was a long email, and I was going to respond back, and I cannot find that. I can't find it.
I tell you, I felt so bad because I had full intentions of telling her how generous she was to offer that. And I just want to, she obviously watched the live because that's the only place I talked about it. Orlando wetlands. And I just, I don't want her to think that I didn't think it was a nice gesture, because it definitely was. And I appreciate it very much.
I also want to say this too, that I've had a lot of people send me some of my great grandma's china.
Yes.
And then we had a couple from Kentucky.
Yes.
That met us at Durbin's, not Peach Park, at Durbin's, and they ran across almost a whole set and gifted it to me. And I will say this: I have a complete set, except the some of the oddball stuff.
Yeah.
I would think, but I have a lot of the oddball stuff too. I mean, I even got an ashtray.
Yeah, we got an ashtray. If we ever decide to start smoking, we got that covered.
Salt and pepper shakers. Oh gosh, I can't even think what else. My mind's gone blank. But gravy bowl, sugar bowl. I got a casserole bowl. I got some of the platters. So I do appreciate y'all so much for doing that. And
that couple had bought out
a friend of theirs, wasn't it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was a oh goodness, an estate sale, and it was like what was left over.
Yeah,
and so they were going through it, and somebody opened up the box, and she said, "Let me put that box aside. I want to look at it later." And so she opened it up later, and it was just about a full six-piece place setting.
6-piece.
And they were going down to Gulf Shores from Kentucky at the end of February, and we met them. Was it last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last weekend. Met them last weekend, and she gifted. Of course, offered to pay her for it, and she wouldn't have it, but it was a nice set. And she said when she saw it, she immediately knew it had to go to Jason.
I was so grateful, so grateful. Do I have a butter dish? I got the butter dish.
Yes.
I got a lot. I think it would have to be something very obscure.
It's called Colonial Homestead.
Colonial Homestead. Royal China is who makes it, but there were so many pieces to that thing, and I'm not quite for sure because I've seen, you see a new piece like, oh, that existed. I didn't know an ashtray existed. I've never seen the ashtray.
Somebody said don't start smoking.
Oh, no, it was just a joke.
We're not going to start smoking. No desire to smoke.
Oh, goodness gracious. But I do want to thank y'all so much for that. I really do. It warms my heart. I got 2 size 3-tier platters. Or
yes.
What do you even call those? It's like a candy dish, maybe, or a cookie dish. It's a bigger plate, and then a medium plate, and a small plate. And then I got one that's a huge plate, a big plate, and a medium plate. So I got those. Yeah, I just absolutely love it. And thank y'all again. I really do thank y'all so much.
We do. We appreciate it. Appreciate it. What else you got, Jason?
I saw this earlier. I wanted to say this with happy birthday, Amy. Saw today was Amy's birthday. And Tuesday is a new launch.
We got
some new stuff.
Our stuff. I meant to say that. All of our merch is not on the website at this time. There has to be a transition for Jacqueline to take down the old and not be preparing old stuff for a new launch. So Tuesday, we will do. We'll go over all the new stuff that's available, and y'all might want to be here because it's quite interesting.
I will say this one particular item we've been working on as a group for over a year.
And Jason asked if Jacqueline thought it was a good idea to go ahead and talk about that on this live. And she said, nope, because you can't ship it till Tuesday.
Yeah, she didn't want me to say anything about it. So I do apologize for that. But y'all, please stay tuned on Tuesday for that.
And you can talk about it on a video too.
Yeah, I will talk about it on a video too. I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. But those were the things I had right there. And got my list done.
Well,
scratched off.
Jason has some things he needs to do today. And so Mary Carl had asked me earlier in the week, could we go to Old Cahaba, which is the first capital of Alabama. And it's right near Selma, about 20 miles west of Selma, and look for western meadowlarks and some different sparrows. And of course, Brooke said yes, because, anything where I get to spend time with my child and her wanting to be with me is a good thing. But I have had to prepare my lunch this morning.
Yeah, that's what you
did. This is what
I was like, what do you got going on in the Instapot first thing this morning?
7:00 this morning, I'm cooking a sweet potato. And that's the downside of this whole trying to eat clean and not have any gluten. Y'all, it just stinks to know that, well, there really isn't anywhere to eat out in Selma besides Hancock's Barbecue, but I'm not going to do it to myself. I'm not going to get myself sick over trying to
and you know what? And
experiment.
You always think about this all the time. So, I'll have a decision, I'm looking there and there's, something sweet or something bland or something sweet or nothing at all. And, you think to yourself, and if you do cave in, and it's nothing wrong about, eating something sweet every now and then,
right.
You know what I mean? But if you go overboard, you think about, you did that for what? 3 seconds of mouth pleasure.
That's exactly right. That's where my brain has gone during this transition of eating different.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I've lost weight. And I didn't do it for looks purposes. I did it for feeling good. And I wasn't out to lose weight. It happened along with my diet change. I'm not eating any refined carbohydrates, so to speak. I'm not eating any sugar. I'm just eating just plain stuff.
Yep.
Like I cooked me a sweet potato this morning, and I'm going to cook me a piece of chicken, and I'm going to take it with me on our trip. If Mary Carl wants to eat somewhere, I'll go in with her and I'll sit and she can eat. But I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to set myself up for a week's worth of miserable.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree.
How do I cook a sweet potato in Instapot? I just wash it. I put a cup of water in the bottom and put the little basket. Well, it's not really a basket. It's kind of like a insert. It keeps it off the bottom, and do it for 25-30 minutes depending on the size of the potato. Of course, I punch holes in it, and then I just leave it on low pressure and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. It's done its thing, and it's still in there on the low pressure. And I'm gonna take it with trivet. Maybe, yeah, that sounds good. A trivet.
Yep.
But I don't think we're intended to eat all the junk that's.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they have figured it out. They know what we want, and it triggers the parts of our brain, and it's addictive. And they know it. And so that's what they put in the foods. And that's why it's so hard for us not to stop doing it.
That's right.
That's exactly why. They know what our brain wants and likes. And so that's what they put in it. And so that's why it's so hard. That's why I say it's crazy that, you would think that'd be an easy decision to make, just for a few seconds of mouth pleasure. And you can't. It's
That's
hard.
Right.
It's really hard not to do it. You have to have some serious self-control. And
I guarantee you, if you feel like I felt while you were eating not so good, you wouldn't have any. I'm not tempted because I do not want to go back there. I do not. I have no desire.
Yep.
No desire.
And today's Brenda's birthday. Happy birthday, Brenda.
Happy birthday to everyone who has a birthday today.
Absolutely.
Or tomorrow or any day that's coming up.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get my chicken in the oven and get ready to.
And I tell you this too. I tell you what helps me when it comes to food is that if I eat early, and I used to think if I skip breakfast, and there's nothing wrong with skipping, and that's sort of like fasting, a little bit, but if I come out the gate with something healthy, I tend to eat healthy the rest of the day. If I skip breakfast and then lunch comes and I eat a sandwich and I eat a bag of chips, and that one bag of those little snack bag of chips, that ends up me eating 2 bags of chips.
Mm-hmm.
And then I may grab me a little snack in between that until supper time. Then I'll eat supper. Then Mary Carl and myself will come up here and watch a show or a movie. And then that's where I'll snack, is when we're watching the show or movie. But if I come out the gate with something healthy, and what I'm liking right now, and I love this, and it started when we went birding, because that's what the hotel had that I liked. And but I'm eating your gluten-free oatmeal. with chia seeds in it.
Which you spilled all over the counter this morning, and then I spilled cream of rice all over the floor.
And then I put fresh blueberries in it, and then my honey to sweeten it, and then some almonds and a little bit of cinnamon.
And all this time that I used to eat oatmeal every single day, you never ate it.
I didn't.
And now you've learned that you like it.
I absolutely love it. And I know there's some controversy about oatmeal, but this gets me going. And like I said, it is gluten-free and organic. So in my mind, it's better for me.
But I can't tolerate it.
And I use organic vitamin D milk for, a little extra vitamin D. But that's what I'm enjoying. Protein. And protein. And to me, that gets me on track right there. And so the rest of the day, I seem to, the chia seeds have flavor? Not really.
Honestly, they get all in your teeth, though.
They will kind of get in your teeth a little bit, but they're so good for you. And it's the good fat. It's an omega-3.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. So you can add those in anything. And you won't even know it half the time. And it's really, really, really doing, really good for you. So that's what gets me going on track right there. That right there. And I seem to not snack as much because I got, right out the gate, got me something that feels healthy to me.
Gosh. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. I bought a rice cooker, y'all.
You did?
I bought a rice cooker. I was in Walmart, in the store, and I was walking down the aisle where they were, and I thought to myself, I'm going to look at them. So I looked down, and they had two different ones, basically, that I was choosing from. One of them didn't have very many selections. The other one was a steamer option along with the rice cooker. And I had some quinoa at home that I wanted to cook. And the quinoa took like 45 minutes on the stove, to boil it. And I thought, I don't have time to be sitting there. That was my deciding factor.
Yep.
I'd bought the quinoa first. Then I figured out how long it took to cook it. That's when I bought the rice cooker, and I did use it to cook the quinoa, and it came out very good. Do I like smoothies? Not really. I got on a smoothie kick years ago. We lived at the old farm, and I would do a smoothie every single day, but I just can't make myself do it. I don't know what it is, but y'all do y'all, and we're gonna do us. And
well, it's like anything else. When I talk about gardening, there's some people that don't like the way I garden, and I always say, do what's best for you.
Do what's best for you.
Because I'm going to tell you, you could come up here with a list of foods, and no matter what you say,
there's going to be something wrong with it.
Going to be something wrong with it some kind of way. But just try to do your best.
Just do you and do what works for you. And I'm going to do what works for me, and I'm not planning on veering away.
I got now where if I do want a snack, I'll either eat some peanuts or I'll eat a piece of fruit. And then, if you say that to another person, they're like, you're just not supposed to eat fruit. I'm like, hey, you're not supposed to eat fruit. I thought you're supposed to eat fruit. You're like, nope, fruit's not good for you. It's too much sugar. It's all sugar. So anyways, that's why I said, just, do you.
Yes, right. Yep. You do what works for you, and we'll do what works for us.
That's right.
And I hope every one of y'all has a good Saturday.
Yes,
and we'll be back Tuesday with some new stuff, and I think y'all are going to be quite,
I think so too,
happy. I don't know how else to say it.
Yep.
Anyway, have a wonderful Saturday.
And y'all be good.